Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What do we got here? What are these? A bunch of different books we got here. My, this is a little strange. I wasn't expecting this. Might have to change course in my show. Still got the coffee. So I must ask, did anybody see anything unusual? I mean, I'm just curious as to how all these books got here, just laying around. You know, it's a little disturbing here. Anybody see anything? Well, I guess we're just going to have to look at these books that are sitting here on the table. Which, coincidentally, they're all Dr. Seuss books. Now, I'm an English teacher and I've taught, mostly middle school and high school, but why Dr. Seuss? It's, elementary school, first grade, second grade. Seems a little strange why these books would just be left here, but anyway, I better cut to the chase because I didn't get my fancy intro. These books caught me off guard, so just gotta say to everybody, welcome to the Mr. Phelps Show! With coffee. Alright everyone, how are we doing today? I know, I'm a little frazzled too with all these books, but I think they're here for a reason, and rather than just leave them here and go to what I was originally going to kind of talk about, I figured we should probably talk about Dr. Seuss, the legend of Dr. Seuss and the books he came out with. And yes, we know they're all grade level books, elementary school level books, but that doesn't mean we can't talk about them in a middle school, high school environment. The amazing thing is that, this legend about Lil Phelps here, one of the most famed rappers of all time. Well, everybody's got to start somewhere, and if you ever want to become a really good rapper and do exceptionally well, you got to start with Easy Books by Dr. Seuss, because, the rhymes are all there, the words are all there, and makes it easy for a good rhyming book. So, Lil Phelps obviously goes out of the way, writes his own rhymes, but it's also good to practice rhyming with easy books like these. They're probably the number one source for rhyming. I'm not even kidding. Like, if you want to go to the basics and learn how to rhyme, you got to crack open a Dr. Seuss book, and it's good stuff there. So you might think that they're for elementary school, but a lot of these books you can use to your advantage and become a better rapper and things like that. So today, I think, we had somebody come here and drop these books off, and I just have to wonder if that person is coming again. It just seems a little odd that these books were left here and we're not talking about them. So I think I hear something. Let's check.
Them schoolyard kids are learning how to rhyme, learning how to rhyme, learning how to rhyme.
Yes.
Them schoolyard kids are learning how to rhyme, learning how to rhyme, learning how to rhyme.
Whoa, I think that's, is that the Cat in the Hat?
Guess who's back? Back again. Is it Phelpsy? Guess who's back? Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 It's the Cat in the Hat.
Wow, I didn't expect Cat in the Hat coming here today, but he must have been the one who dropped off all these books. Amazing. Thank you, Mr. Phelps. We're going to talk about these books that you left here because I know you left them here. So we're going to talk all about them. All right? Thank you, Mr. Phelps. As you know, I'm a cool cat. Cat in the hat. Glad to be here on the show to share with you the love of rhyming, rapping, and all these great books we have in front of us. Thank you. Thank you, my viewers. You know, it's always good to start with the pile of books in front of you, and what better book to start with than The Cat in the Hat, okay? Obviously, it's written by Dr. Seuss here, but his real name is Theodore Geisel. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Theodore Geisel, or Theodore Geisel, Dr. Seuss. Okay, so he went by a pen name, which is a funny way to say, you know, the name that you want to be shown as. He used Dr. Seuss. It's an old name of his. Didn't want to go by his first name, so Dr. Seuss. So this book here is about finding the best in a situation. Okay, so the kids sit around. It's a rainy day. They don't know what they're doing. You know, this is before the video game age. They're looking out the window, not sure what to do, how to have a fun day, and then they see the Cat in the Hat that comes, and he teaches them how to have fun on a rainy day. And so this book really shows you how to make the best out of a boring or, you know, and dull situation where the kids find a way to have fun on a rainy day. So it's a very imaginative book that teaches, you know, this could even be used in the adult years, teaches people how to have fun, basically, in that kind of way where you basically go out and find the best of a situation. And of course the fish here is a little bit of the one who is dissenting and not agreeing, but you know, it makes for a good book. So anyway, when Dr. Seuss first wrote this in 1960, I believe, if I check the date here, 1957, I stand corrected. 1957. So he wrote this in a response to a debate about literacy. There were plenty of books out at that time, but they didn't really necessarily teach kids how to read, specifically the way he wanted them to. He wanted to make a book that taught kids how to understand words, and one way to do that is through rhyming. Rhyming is like repetition. You hear that same sound, and it sticks with you and helps you understand the words. A lot of the books before Dr. Seuss came and wrote this, you know, they were regular young adult, or not young adult, they were regular kids' books, but they didn't have rhyming, so there wasn't, you know, you had to know the words to really know it. Dr. Seuss played around with words so that kids would be able to hear the rhyme and see the pictures meet with the rhyme. So he really did a good job of that to really help literacy in the youth. So that's why Dr. Seuss is really famous today. It's not necessarily because of just his writing in general. It's the fact that he was effective in making kids understand rhymes and reading. And he made it an easy to read option. And like I said, made him some really nice books for rhyming. So Dr. Seuss fought in World War II. He was involved in World War II, and he was asked to write a more entertaining children's books by the director of education at Houston Mifflin. His name was William Spalding. Just looking at my notes here, and that's who told him to write a book like The Cat in the Hat, where their mission was to get kids to become more effective readers. Okay, and so that's kind of the background of the book, and The Cat in the Hat started it all off. And that's who we have with us today, The Cat in the Hat. So it's amazing you're here, Cat in the Hat. I really appreciate you being here. And I heard that you're really good at not just reading, but really rapping these books, you know. getting into the mood of rapping. And I know you're going to come and rap a lot of these books for us, if I recall. Excellent. So, let's start with the Cat in the Hat. We have the Cat in the Hat right here, and he's going to rap this book for us. So, this is the first one of his Rap-a-thon. Without further ado, let me turn it over to the Cat in the Hat so he can rap the Cat in the Hat. Sounds like an awesome plan to me, doesn't it? The sun did not shine, it was too wet to play, so we sat in the house on the cold, cold, wet day. I sat there with Sally, we sat there, we two, and I said how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out, too cold to play ball, so we sat in the house, we did nothing at all. So all we could do was to sit, 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 sit. We did not like it, not one little bit. And then something went bump. How that bump made us jump. We looked, and then we saw him step in on the mat. We looked, and we saw him, the Cat in the Hat. And he said to us, "Why do you sit there like that? I know it is wet, and the sun is not sunny, but we can have lots of good fun that is funny. I know some good games you could play," said the cat. "I know some new tricks," said the Cat in the Hat. "A lot of good tricks, I will show them to you. Your mother will not mind at all if I do." Then Sally and I did not know what to say. Our mother was out of the house for the day. But our fish said, "No, no, make that cat go away. Tell that Cat in the Hat you do not want to play. He should not be here, he should not be about. He should not be here when your mother is out." Now, now, have no fear, said the cat. "My tricks are not bad," said the Cat in the Hat. "Why, we can have lots of good fun, if you wish, with a game that I call Up, Up, Up with a Fish." "Put me down," said the fish. "This is no fun at all." "Put me down," said the fish. "I do not wish to fall." "Have no fear," said the cat. "I will not let you fall. I will hold you up high as I stand on a ball, with a book on one hand and a cup on my hat. But that is not all I can do," said the cat. Look at me now," said the cat, "with a cup and a cake on top of my hat. I can hold up 2 books, I can hold up the fish and a little toy ship, and some milk on a dish, and look, I can hop up and down on the ball, but that is not all. Oh no, that is not all. Look at me now. It's fun to have fun, but you gotta know how. I can hold up the cup and the milk and the cake, I can hold up these books and a fish on the rake, I can hold up the toy ship and a toy little man, and look, with my tail I can hold a red fan, I can fan with a fan as I hop on the ball, but that is not all. Oh no, that is not all." This is what the cat said. Then he fell on his head. He came down with a bump from up there on the ball. And Sally and I, we saw all the things fall. And our fish came down too. He fell into a pot. He said, "Do I like this? Oh no, I do not. This is not a good game," said our fish as he lit. "No, I do not like it, not one little bit." "Now look what you did," said the fish to the cat. "Now look at this house, look at this, look at that. You sank our toy ship, sank it deep in the cake. You shook up our house and you bent our new rake. You should not be here when our mother is not. You get out of this house," said the fish in the pot. "But I like to be here, oh I like it a lot," said the Cat in the Hat to the fish in the pot. "I'll not go away, I do not wish to go, and so," said the Cat in the Hat, so, "I will show you another good game that I know." And then he ran out, and then as fast as a fox, the Cat in the Hat came back with a box, a big red wood box. It was shut with a hook. "Now look at this trick," said the cat, "take a look." Then he got up on top with the tip of his hat. "I call this game fun in a box," said the cat. "This box are 2 things I will show to you now. You will like these 2 things," said the cat with a bow. "I will pick up the hook, you will see something new. 2 things, and I call them Thing 1 and Thing 2. These things will not bite you, they want to have fun." Then out of the box came Thing 2 and Thing 1. They ran to us fast. They said, "How do you do? Would you like to shake hands with Thing 1 and Thing 2? And Sally and I did not know what to do, so we had to shake hands with Thing 1 and Thing 2. And we shook their 2 hands, but our fish said, "No, no, those things should not be in this house. Make them go. They should not be here when your mother is not. Put them out, said the fish in the pot. "Have no fear, little fish," said the Cat in the Hat. "These things are good things," and he gave them a pat. "They are tame, oh so tame. They have come here to play, and they will give you some fun on this wet, wet, wet day. Now here is a game that they like," said the cat. They like to fly kites," said the Cat in the Hat. "No, not in the house," said the fish in the pot. "They should not fly kites in a house. They should not, or the things they will bump, or the things they will hit. Oh, I do not like it, not one little bit." Then Sally and I saw them run down the hall. We saw those 2 things bump their kites on the wall. Bump, thump, thump, bump, down the wall, in the hall. Thing 2 and Thing 1, they ran up, they ran down. On the string of one kite we saw Mother's new gown, her gown with the dots that are pink, white, and red. Then we saw one kite bump on the head of her bed. And those things ran about with big bumps, jumps, and kicks, with hops and big thumps and all kinds of bad tricks. And I said, "I do not like the way they play. If Mother could see this, oh, what would she say?" And our fish said, "Look, look," and our fish shook with fear. "Mother is on her way home, do you hear? Oh, what will she do to us? What will she say? Oh, she will not like it to find us this way. So do something fast, said the fish. Do you hear? I saw her, your mother. Your mother is near. So as fast as you can think of something to do, you have to get rid of thing one and thing two. So as fast as I could, I went after my net, and I said with my net I can get them. I bet with my net I can get these things yet. Then I let down my net. It came down with a plop, and I had them at last. Those two things had to stop. And then I said to the cat, now you do as I say. You pack up those things and you take them away. Oh dear, said the cat, you did not like our game. Oh dear, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame. And he shut up the things in a box with a hook, and the cat went away with a sad kind of look. That is good, said the fish. She has gone away, yes, but your mother will come. She will find this big mess, and this mess is so big, so deep, and so tall, we cannot pick it up. There is no way at all. And then, who was back in the house? Why, the cat. Have no fear of this mess, said the cat in the hat. I always pick up all my playthings, and so I will show you another good trick that I know. Then we saw him pick up all the things that were down. He picked up the cake and the rake and the gown and the milk and the strings and the books and the dish and the fan and the cup and the ship and the fish. And he put them away. Then he said, that is that. And then he was gone with the tip of his hat. Then her mother came in and she said to us too, did you have any fun? Tell me, what did you do? And Sally and I did not know what to say. Should we tell her the things that went on there that day? Should we tell her about it? Now what should we do? Well, what would you do if your mother asked you? Excellent, excellent. That deserves a round of applause. Now let me tell you, that is not an easy book to rap. This Cat in the Hat book is a long book. Okay, there's a lot in this book, and as you can see, the Cat in the Hat did it pretty fast, and it still was, you know, a good 4 minutes or so. It's not a short book. It's a very difficult one to rap, and it just goes to show that, you know, even though it's a children's book, it makes it a challenging rap to go through, and I thought that was just an amazing job. It took a while to get through it, but it just it was a good job. Anyway, so now you can see what he's up against, and we're gonna pressure the Cat in the Hat to rap even more of these books right here, because we know his ability, we know he's good. He can rap his own book. Let's see if he can rap the rest of them. So we're going to go into them kind of one by one-ish, see where we are. And, you know, just keep in mind, like I said, this is the birth of rapping right here. You know, rapping came to be by rhyming. And books like these start off rhyming. And that's how you can become a stronger rapper, is by reading these books out loud and rapping. And you become a stronger writer as well. You know, now we have this thing called Rhyme Zone, which helps you pick out the rhymes and near rhymes that help you line up and use to write raps and poems. But, you know, putting the beat to a song, like I used Lil Wayne's Lollipop for this song, the background beat for it, you know, it just gives you a rhythm, and you can just read it like a rap. So it's pretty amazing what you can do with that. Alright, so next book in line. There's a Wocket in My Pocket. Alright, this book is a very short book. It's pretty much just about rhyming. Rhyming and learning about parts of a house. You know, everyday objects and things like that. There isn't much more to it. I mean, the boy tells a story about all these different monsters and creatures he sees in his house. Kind of reminds me of Monsters, Inc., the beginning of Monsters, Inc., where the girl, can't remember her name, maybe Boo, I think. She sees she remembers the monster in a closet. You know, you have that whole factory of monsters that goes out and scares people. Well, this kind of reminds me of that. So it's interesting, but you know, outside of having a story about all these creatures in his room that he's kind of lying or teasing or storytelling about, it mostly just has to do with rhyming with everyday objects. So, without further ado, let us turn to the Cat in the Hat and have him rap, "There's a Wocket in My Pocket." Yo, there's a wocket in my pocket. Huh? There's a Wocket in my pocket. I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, sit tight. I'll show you what I mean. Alright? Listen up. Alright, everyone. Here we go. There's a Wocket in my pocket. Did you ever have the feeling there's a wasket in your basket? Or a Nero in your bureau? Or a wazit in your closet? Sometimes I feel quite certain there's a jertin in the curtain. Sometimes I have a feeling there's a sloth behind the clock. And that Zelf up on the shelf, I have talked to him myself. I said that Zelf up on the shelf, I have talked to him myself. And that's the kind of house I live in. There's a nink up in the sink and the zamp up on the lamp. And they're nice, I really think. And some of them are friendly. Like that yacht up in the pot. Hey, but that yacht on the bottle, some are friendly, some are not. Like that Zabel on the table and that Gare under the chair. But that Bof on the sofa, well, I wish he wasn't there. And those nubbins in the cupboards, yeah, they're fun to have about. But that toothbrush on my toothbrush, see, I could do without. Really could. And the one I'm really scared of is that bug under the rug. Said the one I'm really scared of is that bug under the rug. And that Quidney in the chimney. I don't like him at all. And it makes me kind of nervous when that Zal scoots down the hall. And Yeps up on the steps. They are great to have around. There are many, many other friends that I have found. There's the Teller and the Neller and the Geller and the Deller and the Beller and the Weller and the Zeller and the Seller. And that Geeling on the ceiling and the Zower in my shower and the pillow on my Zillow. I can talk to him for hours. I don't care if you believe it. That's the kind of house I live in, and I hope I never leave it. Wow, you sound really crazy there. Well, you know what? You can't come. You're forbidden. Because I don't care if you believe it. That's the kind of house I live in. And I hope I never leave it. You can't come. You're forbidden. Please, you gotta believe. And if you don't, that's the house I live in, and I'm not leaving. Wow, you're kind of crazy. Well, just remember, friend, there's a Wocket in your pocket. Excellent, excellent. I know that's a short one. That's probably one of the easiest ones to rap, but it's pretty cool how they find a rhyme, a made-up rhyme for almost every kind of daily object you can find in your house or room. So I found that really interesting. I don't know about you, but it seemed pretty cool to me. Anyway, now we're going to get down into the thick of things. Let's look at the Lorax. Okay, this is a popular book, very popular. It was just made into a movie not too long ago. This one's very long too, probably even longer than Cat in the Hat, or very close to it. What makes this an interesting book, the Lorax, is that this book has more meaning than just rhymes. It was a very it's a very good book that you can use to teach argument, specifically argument in writing, which is great. Alright, because you have this big debate going on. You have the Onceler, who is a man who makes factories and is into business. And you have the Lorax, who is this creature who lives under the truffula trees. And so the big debate here is, how many trees are you going to cut down to grow your business? Do you want big business, or do you want a forest full of truffula trees? Big debate swarms, even today, about deforestation and having a safe environment, having a wonderful environment. And you'll notice the truffula trees, very colorful inside the book, but at the end, when it gets when less trees are there, you see all the smog and the grossness that it becomes because of big business. So, you know, this is a good book to introduce to your class or to learning class about deforestation and environmentalism. It was also said that this was one of Dr. Seuss's favorite books because it had a political connotation to it about, you know, this debate of deforestation, as to opposed to many of his other books, which definitely were looked through a political standpoint, which several of his books, by the way, were used in court cases or quoted there. But it just has a different feel where it has to do with the environment and you know, having that science feel to the book. All right, so it's very interesting that it goes into that. So we're gonna have the Cat in the Hat rap the Lorax now, which is a pretty lengthy book, as I said. And again, you kind of have two main characters: the Onceler, the guy who runs the big business, and the Lorax, the one who lives in the forest and is having his home being taken away by big business. So let's hear it from the Cat in the Hat right here. At the far end of town where the grickle grass grows and the wind smells slow and sour when it blows and no birds ever sing excepting old crows is the street of the lifted Lorax. And deep in the grickle grass, some people say, if you look deep enough, you can still see today where the Lorax once stood just as long as it could before someone lifted the Lorax away. What was the Lorax, and why was it there? And why was it lifted and taken somewhere from the far end of town where the grickle grass grows? The old Onceler still lives here. Ask him. He knows. You won't see the Onceler. Don't knock at his door. He stays in his lurkum on top of his store. He stays in his lurkum, cold under the floor, where he makes his own clothes out of miff, muff, and moof. And on special dank midnights in August, he peeks out of the shutters, and sometimes he speaks and tells how the Lorax was lifted away. He'll tell you, perhaps, if you're willing to pay. On the end of a rope, he lets down a tin pail, and you have to toss in 15 cents and a nail in the shell of a great-great-great-grandfather's snail. Then he puts up the pail, makes a most careful count to see if you paid him the proper amount. Then he hides what you paid him in his snuff, his secret strange hole in his gruffless grub. Then he grunts, I will call you, whisper my phone, for the secrets I tell you are for your ears alone. Slup! Down slups the whisper my phone to your ear, and the old Onceler's whispers are not very clear since they have to come down through a snargly hose, and he sounds as if he's smallish bees up his nose. Now I'll tell you, he says, with his teeth sounding gray, how the Lorax got lifted and taken away. It all started way back, such a long, long time back. Way back in the days when the grass was still green and the pond was still wet and the clouds were still clean and the song of the swummy swans rang out in space. One morning I came to this glorious place and I first saw the trees, the truffula trees, the bright colored tufts of the truffula trees. Mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze, and under the trees I saw brown barbaloots frisking about in their barbaloot suits, and as played in the shade and ate truffle of fruits. From the rippleless pond came the comfortable sound as of the humming fish humming while splashing around. But those trees, those truffle trees, all my life I've been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tufts was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh butterfly milk. I felt a great leaping joy in my heart. I knew just what I'd do. I unloaded my cart. In no time at all, I built a small shop. Then I chopped down a truffle tree with one chop. And with great skillful skill and with great speedy speed, I took the soft tuft and I knitted a thneed. The instant I finished, I heard a gazump. I looked. I saw something pop out of the stump of the tree I chopped down. It was a sort of man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can. He was shortish and oldish and brownish and mossy, and he spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. Mister, he said with a sawdusty sneeze, I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees of no tongue, and I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs. He was very upset as he shouted and puffed. What's that thing you've made out of my truffle tuft? Look, Lorax, I said, there's no cause for alarm. I chopped just one tree. I'm doing no harm. I'm being quite useful. This thing is a thneed. A thneed's a fine something that all people need. It's a shirt, it's a sock, it's a glove, it's a hat. But it has other uses. Yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains, or covers of bicycle seats. The Lorax said, Sir, you are crazy with greed. There's no one on earth who would buy that fool thneed. But that very minute, I proved he was wrong. For just that minute, a chap came along, and he thought that the thneed I had knitted was great. He happily bought it for $3.98. I laughed at the Lorax. You poor stupid guy. You can never tell what some people will buy. I repeat, cried the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I'm busy, I told him. Shut up, if you please. I rushed across the room and in no time at all built a radio phone. I put in a quick call. I called all my brothers and uncles and aunts and I said, listen here, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Onceler family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast, take the road to North Nitch, turn left at Weehawk and chop right at South Stitch. And in no time at all, in the factory I built, the old Onceler family was working full tilt. We were all knitting thneeds just as busy as bees to the sound of the chopping of the truffle trees. Then, oh, baby, oh, how my business did grow. Now, chopping one tree at a time was too slow, so I quickly invented my super axe hacker, which whacked off 4 truffle trees at one smacker. We were making thneeds 4 times as fast as before, and that Lorax, he didn't show up no more. But the next week, he knocked on my new office door. He snapped, "I'm the Lorax who speaks for the tree, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please, but I'm also in charge of the brown barbaloots who played in the shade in their barbaloot suits and happily lived eating truffle of fruits. Now, thanks to your hacking my trees to the ground, there's not enough truffle of fruits to go around. And my poor barbaloots are getting all the crummies because they have gas and no food in their tummies. They love living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope they may. Good luck, boys," he cried, and sent them away. I, the Onceler, felt sad as I watched them all go. But business is business, and business must grow, regardless of crummies and tummies, you know. I meant no harm, I most truly did not, but I had to grow bigger, so bigger I got. I biggered my factory, I biggered my roads, I biggered my wagons, I biggered the loads and the Thneeds I shipped out. I was shipping them forth to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right on biggering, selling more Thneeds, and I biggered my money, which everyone needs. Then again, he came back. I was fixing some pipes when that old nuisance Lorax came back with more gripes. "I am the Lorax!" He coughed and he whiffed, he sneezed and he snuffled, he snargled, he sniffed. "Onceler!" he cried with a cruffless croak. "Onceler, you're making such smogulous smoke. My poor swummy swans, why, they can't sing a note. No one can sing who has smog in his throat. And so," said the Lorax, "please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fly for a month or a year to escape the smog you smogged up around here." "What's more," snapped the Lorax, his dander was up, "let me say a few words about Gluppity-Glup. Your machinery chugs on day and night without stop making Gluppity-Glup. Also Sloppity-Slop. And what do you do with this leftover goo? I'll show you, you dirty old Onceler man, you. You're glumping the pond with a humming fish hum. No more can they hum, for their gills are all gum. So I'm sending them off. Oh, their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fins and get woefully weary in search of some water that isn't so smeary." And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax, "Now listen here, Dad. All you do is yap and yap and say bad, 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 bad. Well, I've got my rights, sir, and I'm telling you I intend to go doing just what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm figuring on biggering and biggering and biggering and biggering. Turning more truffle of trees into Thneeds, which everyone needs." And at that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From outside in the fields came a sickening smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffle of tree of them all. No more trees, no more Thneeds, no more work to be done. So in no time, my uncles and aunts, everyone, all waved goodbye. They jumped into my cars and drove away under the smoke-smothered stars. Now, all that was left beneath the bad-smelling sky was my empty big factory, the Lorax and I. The Lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance, gave me a very sad, backward glance as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants, and I'll never forget the grim look on his face when he hoisted himself and took leave of this place through a hole in the smog without leaving a trace, and all the Lorax left here in this mess with a small pile of rocks with one word, unless. Whatever that meant, well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago, but each day since that day I've sat here and worried away through the years while my buildings have fallen apart. I've worried about it with all my heart. But now, said the Onceler, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So, catch, calls the Onceler. He lets something fall. It's a truffle seed. It's the last one of all. You're in charge of the last of the truffle seeds, and the truffle trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffle, treat it with care, give it clean water, and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from axes that hacked. Then the Lorax and all of his friends may come back. Hello, my name is Little Timmy 2, and I'm sitting inside and not having a good day because my mom said it's too cold to go outside. What's this? This thing is a Thneed. A Thneed? What's a Thneed? A Thneed's a fine something that all people need. It's a shirt, it's a sock, it's a glove, it's a hat. But it has other uses. Yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains or covers for bicycle seats. Get your Thneeds today. Only $3.98. Have fun outside, kids. Thank you, Mr. Onceler. I really appreciate this. This is great. Now I can go outside and play. And my mom won't be upset because I'll be wearing warm Thneeds. Thank you. Look at little Timmy, too. Now he can go outside and not worry about catching the flu. Get your Thneeds today. I mean, that was a pretty amazing job. That's not an easy book to rap because it's very long, but I think he did a great job doing that and addressing the story and modulating the voices of each of the characters. As you notice, as we get deeper into some of these raps, you can really personify many of the characters in the books. And you'll notice as we get into our next couple books, there's a couple different people that speak in these books. So you're going to notice that there's rhyming and there's multiple voices coming together to create kind of the raps within these books or the story, but you can kind of frame them and personify them. Give them a little bit of give them a little bit of juice, I call it, just, bring them to life. And as you notice, there are a couple times where the Cat in the Hat, rightfully so, kind of threw a couple words here and there. It might not be exact, but that's okay. Rappers have to have a discretion too. So, like, for example, with There's a Wocket in My Pocket, there were some words added to kind of give it a more rap feel, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine to do that, as long as you keep the consensus of the story, try to maintain it, say it word for word. Sometimes you go fast and you change the words a little bit. It's going to happen, but as long as you can keep the main part of the book and the main message, that's what really matters. Anyway, let's get going to our next book, which does really good justice. This one's One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. Now, this is a very relevant book today. Again, it rhymes so well in this book. It's got a great rhyme scheme throughout, but it also has to do with accepting other people and accepting people who are different. That's something that's so relevant today. Like, everybody's different. We come from different cultures, different places, and this book references that. So I think it's a great book to read and to reintroduce that to students of any day or age, because we need to learn to accept other people of cultures, need to learn to accept differences, need to learn to accept everyone around us and understand those people and cultures around us. So this is a great book that is so relevant today. It's been parodied quite a few times too by changing the title. But anyway, I think we're on a pretty good roll here. I'm gonna get the Cat in the Hat to rap this book to another new tune, and just before I let him do that, just keep in mind he's rapping to quite a few different tunes from famous rappers around the world. So, just keep that in mind, that a lot of the background music has been used by other rappers, and it fits well for different books like this. Excellent. So, Cat in the Hat, let's get to it. Dr. Seuss, one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, black fish, blue fish, old fish, new fish. This one has a little car, this one has a little star. Say, what a lot of fish there are. Yes, some are red, some are blue, some are old, and some are new. Some are sad, and some are glad, and some are very, very bad. And why are they sad and glad and bad? I do not know. Go ask your dad. Some are thin, some are fat. The fat one has a yellow hat from here to there, from there to here. Funny things are everywhere. Here are some who like to run. They run for fun in the hot, hot sun. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. What a lot of funny things go by. Some have 2 feet, some have 4, some have 6 feet, some have more. Where do they come from? I can't say, but I bet they have come a long, long way. We see them come, we see them go. Some are fast, some are slow, some are high, some are low. Now one of them is like another. Don't ask us why. Go ask your mother. Say, look at his fingers. 1, 2, 3. How many fingers do I see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has 11. 11. This is something new. I wish I had 11 too. Bump, bump, bump. Did you ever ride a womp? We have a womp with just 1 hump, but we know a man called Mr. Gump, and Mr. Gump has a 7-hump womp. So, if you like to go bump, bump, just jump on the hump of the womp of Gump. Who am I? My name is Ned. I do not like my little bed. This is no good. This is not right. My feet stick out of bed all night, and when I pull them in, oh dear, my head sticks out of the bed up here. We like our bike. It is made for three. Our Mike sits up and back, you see. We like our Mike, and this is why. Mike does all the work when the hills get high. Hello there, Ned. How do you do? Tell me, what is new? How are things in your little bed? What is new? Please tell me, Ned. I do not like this bed at all. A lot of things have come to call. A cow, a dog, a cat, a mouse. Oh, what a bed. Oh, what a house. Oh dear, I cannot hear. Will you please come over near? Will you please look in my ear? There must be something there, I fear. Say, look, a bird was in your ear, but he is out, so have no fear. Again, your ear can hear, my dear. My hat is old, my teeth are gold. I have a bird I like to hold. My shoe is off, my foot is cold. My shoe is off, my foot is cold. I have a bird I like to hold. My hat is old, my teeth are gold. And now, my story is all told. We take a look. We saw a Nook. On his head he had a hook. On his hook he had a book. On his book was how to cook. We saw him sit and try to cook, but a Nook can't read, so a Nook can't cook. So, what good to a Nook is a hook cookbook? The moon was out and we saw some sheep. We saw some sheep take a walk in their sleep by the night and the moon by the light of the star. They walked all night from near to far. I would never walk, I would take a car. I do not like this one so well. All he does is yell, yell, yell. I will not have this one about. When he comes in, I put him out. This one is quiet as a mouse. I like to have him in the house. At our house, we open cans. We have to open many cans, and that is why we have a Zans. A Zans for cans is very good. Have you a Zans for cans? You should. I like to box, how I like to box. So every day I box a Gox in yellow socks. I box my Gox. I box in yellow Gox box socks. It is fun to sing if you sing with a ying. My ying can sing like anything. I sing high and my ying sings low. And we are not too bad, you know. This one I think is called a yink. He likes to wink. He likes to drink. He likes to drink and drink and drink. And the thing he likes to drink is ink. The ink he likes to drink is pink. He likes to wink and drink pink ink. So, if you have a lot of ink, you should get a yink, I think. Hop, 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 I am a yop. All I like to do is hop from fingertop to fingertop. I hop from left to right and then hop, hop. I hop right back again. I like to hop all day and night. From right to left, from left to right. Why do I like to hop, hop, hop? I do not know. Go ask your pop. Brush, 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 brush. Comb, 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 comb. Blue hair is fun to brush and comb. All girls who like to brush and comb should have a pet like this at home. Who is this pet? Say, he is wet. You never met a pet, I bet. As wet as they let this wet pet get. Did you ever fly a kite in bed? Do you ever walk with 10 cats on your head? Did you ever milk this kind of cow? Well, we can do it. We know how. If you never did, you should. These things are fun, and fun is good. Hello, hello, are you there? Hello, I called you up to say hello. I said hello. Can you hear me, Joe? Oh no, I cannot hear your call. I cannot hear your call at all. This is not good, and I know why. A mouse has cut the wire. Goodbye. From near to far, from here to there. Funny things are everywhere. These yellow pets are called the Zeds. They have one hair upon their heads. Their hair grows fast, so fast they say they need a haircut every day. Who am I? My name is Ish. On my hand I have a dish. I have this dish to help me wish. When I wish to make a wish, I wave my hand with a big swish, swish. Then I say, I wish for fish. And then I get fish right on my dish. So, if you wish to make a wish, you may swish for fish with my Ish Wish dish. At our house, we play out back. We play a game called Ring the Gap. Would you like to play this game? Come down. We have the only gap in town. Look what we found in the park in the dark. We will take him home. We will call him Clark. He will live at our house. He will grow and grow. Will our mother like this? We don't know. And now, good night. It's time to sleep. So we will sleep with our pet Zeep. Today is gone. Today was fun. Tomorrow is another one. Every day, from here to there, funny things are everywhere. Excellent, excellent. Getting better as we go on. I feel like we're in like a video game, a rapping video game, and we're going through each level, like going for it. But I can tell you this next one is going to do you justice, okay? Because it is one of the best rapping books of all time, okay? And I'm not even kidding with that, okay? One of Dr. Seuss's, I think this is his most sold book. It sold over 8 million copies around the world. It was fourth best-selling children's book in 2001, which was amazing. It's Green Eggs and Ham, of course, and everybody's heard of this book. It's one of the top-notch books of Dr. Seuss. What makes this book so strikingly great is that Dr. Seuss only uses 50 words. He does not go over 50 words. He made a bet with his publisher that he would write a book with 50 words or less. His publisher didn't think he could do it because The Cat in the Hat, which is great for rhyming, Cat in the Hat was 236 different words. This Green Eggs and Ham, 50 words. Dr. Seuss did it. He brought justice to his bet, and he won the bet. 50 words. It's pretty amazing if you ask me. Anyway, so this book is so relevant today too. It's been made into a Netflix series. It's been made into a cartoon series, I believe. It's been used so many times. People have rapped the book many times too. You know, we'll see if the cat can do it a little faster than those people. But you know, this book, it has been used. It's probably the most widely used book of Dr. Seuss, even more than the Cat in the Hat. In any case, the book itself has a good message too for a book about teaching people to try new things. You know, we have Sam I Am, and then the other character in there who is refusing to taste green eggs and ham, and then when he finally tastes it, he ends up liking it. So this book, you know, you have it's a great book for teaching a little kid to eat his green vegetables like broccoli and that type of thing, because you know, it has to do with trying new things. If you try new things, you might end up liking them. That's kind of like the theme for this. So, very good book to teach that, but to also just get you aware of different things in society. So it's great for teaching that. In any case, let's send it over to the Cat in the Hat so he can rap it for us. All right. Green eggs and ham. I am Sam. Sam I am. That Sam I am. That Sam I am. I do not like that Sam I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Would you like them here or there? I would not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Would you like them in a house? Would you like them with a mouse? I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Would you eat them in a box? Would you eat them with a fox? Not in a box, not with a fox, not in a house, not with a mouse. I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I would not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Would you, could you, in a car, eat them, here they are. I would not, could not, in a car. You may like them, you will see. You may like them, in a tree. I would not, could not, in a tree. Not in a car, you let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. A train, a train, a train, a train. Could you, would you, on a train? Not on a train, not in a tree, not in a car. Sam, let me be. I would not, could not, in a box. I could not, would not, with a fox. I will not eat them with a mouse. I will not eat them in a house. I will not eat them here or there. I will not eat them anywhere. I do not like them, Sam I am. Say, in the dark, here in the dark. Would you, could you, in the dark? I would not, could not, in the dark. Would you, could you, in the rain? I would not, could not, in the rain. Not in the dark, not in a train, not in a car, not in a tree. I do not like them, Sam, you see. Not in a house, not in a box, not with a mouse, not with a fox. I will not eat them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. You do not like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. Could you, would you, with a goat? I would not, could not, with a goat. Would you, could you, on a boat? I would not, I could not, would not, on a boat. I will not, with a goat. I will not eat them in the rain. I will not eat them on a train, not in dark, not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I will not eat them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. You do not like them, so you say. Try them, and you may. Try them and you may, I say. Sam, if you will let me be, I will try them, you will see. Yum, 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 yum. Say, I like green eggs and ham. I do. I like them, Sam I am. And I would eat them in a boat. And I would eat them with a goat. And I will eat them in the rain and in the dark and on a train and in a car and in a tree. They are so good you see. So I will eat them in a box, and I will eat them with a fox, and I will eat them in a house, and I will eat them with a mouse, and I will eat them here or there. Say, Sam, I will eat them anywhere. I do so like green eggs and ham. Thank you, Sam I am. Excellent job, excellent job. That was such an amazing job. I mean, he gets better as he goes on, doesn't he? I mean, the Cat in the Hat is, he can rap really good, and, you know, funny how that rhymes. Funny how that rhymes. Alright, ordinarily I'd put this book probably last in our bunch, but I got another book for you that a little bit different. Fox in Socks, okay? This book is the biggest tongue twister book you will probably ever discover. This book has so many tongue twisters, it makes it so difficult to rap. Like, you can't rap this book in one breath. It's just so difficult. You know, you really have to modulate your speed with this book, because there's times where you're going to trip up on the words and you just have to slow down. And it's not an easy book to rap, but it can make for a fun book to rap once you get it down and you kind of understand it. So it's a great book overall. So again, this book is also in. Remember how I said it was kind of like two people, green eggs and ham. You see where you have two different people kind of rapping back and forth. Well, this is the same idea. So this would make. These two books would make excellent duets, duet raps, if you ever did it, because they have different characters that respond and, you know, rap with each other. Of course, the Cat is the whole package. He's doing it on his own, but generally speaking, you got two voices, so it makes it a great book to rap, and it uses so many tongue twisters, which makes it difficult. So let's see if the Cat in the Hat, let's see if he can do it. What do we think? Excellent, excellent. So, you know, I heard them, the Cat in the Hat. They want you to rhyme it. So, you better get going on that. All right, let's hear it for him. Let's hear from him right now. Fox in socks. Socks, box, knocks. No one box. Fox in socks. Knocks on fox and socks in box. Socks on knocks and knocks in box. Fox in socks on box on knocks. Chicks with bricks come. Chicks with blocks come. Chicks with bricks and blocks come. Look, sir, Mr. Knox, sir. Let's do tricks with bricks and blocks, sir. Let's do tricks with chicks and clocks, sir. First, I'll make a quick trick brick stack. Then I'll make a quick trick block stack. You can make a quick trick chick stack. You can make a trick block stack. And here's a new trick, Mr. Knox. Socks on chicks and chicks on fox. Fox on clocks on bricks and blocks. Bricks and blocks on knocks on blocks. Now we come to tricks and talks, sir. Try to say this, Mr. Knox, sir. Clocks on fox tick. Clocks on knocks talk. Six sick bricks tick. Six sick chicks talk. Please, sir, I don't like this trick, sir. My tongue isn't quick or slick, sir. I get all those ticks and talks, sir, mixed up with the chicks and talks, sir. I can't do it, Mr. Fox, sir. I'm so sorry, Mr. Knox, sir. Here's an easy game to play. Here's an easy thing to say. New socks, two socks, whose socks, whose socks, who sews whose socks, who sews whose socks, who sees who sew whose new socks, sir. You see Sue sew Sue's new socks, sir. That's not easy, Mr. Fox, sir. Who comes? Crow comes. Slow Joe Crow comes. Who sews crow's clothes? Sue sews crow's clothes. Slow Joe Crow sews whose clothes? Sue's clothes. Sue sews socks of fox and socks now. Slow Joe Crow sews knocks and box now. Sue sews rows on Slow Joe's crow's clothes. Fox sews hose on Slow Joe Crow's nose. Hose goes, rose froze, nose hose goes some. Crow's rose grows some. Mr. Fox, I hate this game, sir. This game makes my tongue quite lame, sir. Mr. Knox, sir, what a shame, sir. We'll find something new to do now. Here's lots of new blue goo now. New goo, blue goo, gooey, gooey, blue goo, new goo, gluey, 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 glue. For chewy chewing, that's what Goo Goose is doing. Do you choose to chew goo too, sir? If you, sir, You, sir, choose to choose, sir. With goo goose, chew, sir, do, sir. Mr. Fox, sir, I won't do it. I can't say it. I won't chew it. Very well, sir. Step this way. We'll find another game to play. Bim comes, Ben comes, Bim brings Ben broom. Ben brings Bim broom. Ben bends, Bim's broom. Bim bends, Ben's broom. Bim's bends, Ben's bends. Ben's bent broom breaks. Bim's bent broom breaks. Bim's band. Bim's band. Bent big bands, pig bands. Bim and Ben lead bands with brooms. Ben's band bangs and Bim's band brooms. Pig band, boom band, big band, broom band. My poor mouth can't say that, no sir. My poor mouth is much too slow, sir. Well then, bring your mouth this way. I'll find it, something it can say. Luke Luck likes lakes. Luke Stuck like lakes. Luke Luck licks lakes. Luke Stuck licks lakes. Duck takes licks in lakes. Luke Luck likes. Luke Luck takes licks in lakes. Duck likes. I can't blah such blibber blubber. My tongue isn't made of rubber. Mr. Knox, now come now. You don't have to be so dumb now. Try to say this, Mr. Knox, please. Through 3 cheese trees, 3 free fleas flew, while these fleas flew. Freezy breeze blew, freezy breeze made these 3 trees freeze. Freezy trees made these trees cheese freeze. That's what made these 3 free fleas sneeze. Stop it, that's enough, sir. I can't say such silly stuff, sir. Well, very well then, Mr. Knox, sir. Let's have a little talk about Tweedle Beetles. What do you know about Tweedle Beetles? Well, when Tweedle Beetles fight, it's called a Tweedle Beetle battle. And when they battle in a puddle, it's a Tweedle Beetle puddle battle. And when Tweedle Beetles battle with paddles in a puddle, they call it a Tweedle Beetle puddle paddle battle. And when beetles battle beetles in a puddle paddle battle, and beetle battle puddle is a puddle in a bottle, they call this a Tweedle Beetle bottle puddle paddle battle muddle. And when beetles fight these battles in a bottle with their paddles, and the bottle's on a poodle and the poodle's eating noodles, they call this a muddle puddle. Tweedle, poodle, beetle, noodle, bottle, paddle, battle. And now wait a minute, Mr. Socks. When a fox in a bottle where the Tweedle Beetles battle with their paddles in a puddle on a noodle-eating poodle, this is what they call a Tweedle Beetle noodle poodle bottles paddled muddled duddled fuddled waddled. Fox and socks, sir. Fox and socks. Our game is done, sir. Thank you for a lot of fun, sir. Fox and socks. Excellent, amazing job. I mean, this Cat in the Hat is just amazing. It's, there's no lie. When they say the Cat in the Hat is back, like, he is back, and he brings fun in the form of a rap. It's just, it's just astounding. I mean, you can't ask for more. It's like the reformation of Lil Phelps inside a cat, which is just it's just amazing. I can't say enough about it. Excellent. Anyway, we got through 6 Dr. Seuss books today. We talked about them, we rapped about them, we got the whole package. We met the Cat in the Hat who rapped it for us. I mean, we've had an amazing show so far, and it's sad to see it come to an end. And my coffee's almost gone, but every good story's got to end, just like all these books. You learn a lot from them, you wrap them, you go through it. They all got to come to an end sometime. Anyway, I want to thank you all for coming and sharing in this Rap-a-thon with the Cat in the Hat, who I think might have learned a little bit from Lil Phelps himself. Who knows? I mean, could be true, or it could just really be the Cat in the Hat. But anyway, I think we owe him a round of applause. A round of applause. Awesome. Thank you, Cat in the Hat, for coming and sharing in your art of rap with us with these books. We really appreciate it. We had a blast. We not only read these books, but we learned about them, which is great. Excellent. So just want to say thank you. Have a good day now. We really appreciate having you on the show. It's been my pleasure, and hopefully you come back for some more fun in the future. Well, I want to say thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me on the Mr. Phelps Show. And I appreciate it. I got a stack of books that I just read and wrapped, and we're going to have some fun with this. So let me just grab my glasses. It's the Cat in the Hat. I was back. I read some raps. But now it's time for me to go. Until next time. Thank you, Mr. Phelps. Thank you, the Mr. Phelps Show. Here we go. Excellent, excellent. So, thank you guys for being a great audience today. I hope you enjoyed the Mr. Phelps Show. Next time we'll come back with some more action-packed literature, action-packed writing, action-packed rapping. Who knows what we have on this show? I like to weave in game shows here and there. Who knows? But just want to say thank you for watching the Mr. Phelps Show. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. I'm going to be going on my day now, taking these books. Yeah, here we go. Some more coffee. Excellent, excellent. Take care now. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Thank you.